Hey folks, back on E-FLITE RC. Well, I gotta tell you, I've got 3 flights in, 3 flights in, 2 of which are on the channel, and on this 64 VIPER from E-FLITE, I now have installed a KM model afterburner, version 5, and the video, I'll put a video out. Well, actually, I'll put a link to the video on how to install a afterburner into planes that you typically can't. It's for an outrunner, and this, I don't remember if this one has an outrunner. It's got an inrunner, I think. But let me see. Yeah, it's got an inrunner, and but you can't attach it just the way it is. So I'll put a video on how to add that to any plane that you normally have an outrunner in, or you can't attach the back of the motor, and I'll put that in the video. But this plane here, I just had to bring it out again. This thing is like, I mean, I used to say that the Habu or the Marlin are the best beginner EDFs, and I'm starting to think this one is. This thing is fast, stable, fun. It's got flaps. It teaches you EDF discipline. It's just a great all-around EDF. And if you're, I'm starting to believe this is the new kid on the block, new contender for the best beginner EDF out there. But there again, just my opinion. Run a little bit lighter pack, 2700 China Hobby in there. Love that afterburner. We'll do a flight a little later on where the sun goes down a little bit, and we'll be able to really show you that afterburner. All right.
Safe mode. Manual mode, no gyro.
All right.
AS3X mode.
All right, we're going to take off in the AS3X and just have a little bit of fun with her. You know what?
Safe mode.
We'll take off in safe. I'll do a safe demonstration. I hate working with safe, but
Starting the
you know,
flyover.
you need to see it. So
Battery not charged for flying.
yes, it is.
ESC 14.3 volts.
All right, safe's involved and engaged. I got a non-smart receiver in there, or non-smart battery in there, so plane doesn't like it. But that's what's safe. That's beginner mode. Man.
Landing flaps.
Gonna be hard to get her out of the sky. She wants to keep flying. That's a jet too. And look how slow she's flying.
Braking. Cruise mode. Flaps up.
All right, that's something I wanted to show you. That in safe mode, self-level beginner mode, wherever you want to call it, the plane will fly and land. You just got to have big wide turns and a nice long approach. Now,
AS3X
let's
mode.
turn back to AS3X.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Let's have some fun with her. Now that I've shown that.
ESC 14.2 volts. ESC 14 volts. Landing flaps. Flaps up. ESC 13.8 volts. Landing flaps.
What a fun little jet.
Flaps up. ESC 13.8 volts. ESC 14 volts.
All right.
1 minute. Flaps up. ESC 13.8 volts.
All right, gonna have to land her. Kind of older battery in there.
ESC 14.3 volts. Braking. ESC 14 for cruise mode.
All right.
Flaps up. Prop is secured.
All right.
Safe to touch.
Got 41 seconds left on a 3-minute timer, but we're going to end that flight because we got other planes to fly. I just want to show a safe demonstration and show off that afterburner. We'll come back with a second flight here a little bit when the sun comes down and really show you how beautiful this KM model afterburner is and have a little more fun with her. All right, stay tuned. Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we're going to take up the E-FLITE VIPER 64 this time. Going to the lower light and I'm going to really be able to show off that KM model afterburner.
Motor is hot. Don't get your bad self burned.
Motor is hot. Don't get your bad self burned. All right, right, left, up, down, right, left. All right. No wind at all right now.
Flaps up.
Love that afterburner. Thank you, KM Models.
Landing flaps.
Let me show you something that this model is absolutely excels at. A
Time
jet,
remaining 3 minutes.
a jet that excels at slow flight. Run a 2700 4S China Hobby in there right now. Look how stable this little guy is. All right, now.
Manual mode, no gyro.
Manual mode, no gyro, no AS3X, no nothing. And look at that. Look at how stable that little jet is. All right,
Flaps up.
flaps up. Do the same maneuver. Flaps are up, so we got a little more speed now. All right, go back to AS3X.
AS3X mode. ESC 14 volts. ESC 13.9 volts. Landing flaps.
Just a fabulous flying little jet. Absolutely. I'm starting to think this is the best beginner jet there is.
ESC
Oh,
14
little
volts.
slap and go.
ESC 13.8 volts. ESC 13.7
Yes.
volts.
I don't have telemetry set up and it doesn't like the battery I'm using.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Man, what a great flying little jet.
Landing flaps. Braking. ESC-14 cruise mode. Flaps up. ESC 13.6 volts. ESC 14. Landing flaps. 30 seconds. Flaps up. ESC 13.6 landing flaps. 20 seconds. ESC 14.3 volts. Flaps up. ESC 13.7 volts. 10. ESC 13.8 volts. Landing flaps.
So I couldn't have left it on lousy landing.
Flaps up.
Alright, we're going to push for one more.
Brake the VIPER is tired. Time to land. ESC 14.2 volts. ESC 14.3 volts.
Let the grass be my natural brake.
ESC 14.3 volts.
Alright.
Braking. Cruise mode. Prop is secured. Safe to touch.
Alright. Just take a moment to look at how beautiful that little jet is. Absolutely fabulous flying little jet. Alright, let's take it back to the bench and we'll talk about it. Alright, we're back. On the first flight, I don't remember how long I flew, but I think I had like a minute and a half left on the flight on a 4-minute timer, and I had 39% left on that battery. Now this one I pushed it way over, and I got 17%. So still, I mean, when you get a battery in the mail, usually they're at a storage rate of 14%, so I'm still fine. I'll plug that beautiful afterburner back in. Now, to show you a little bit of a feature about putting the afterburner in, I'll include a link to the video on how to install a afterburner in a 64mm jet that I can't remember if this has an in-runner or out-runner, but anyways, it's not actually touching the motor, okay? And what you have to do is you plug the battery lead. This is the battery, this is the controller, or the battery connection for the afterburner right here. You have to make sure that you line up your negative, see the negative wire there, and the positive wire there, just as long as they plug in together. And I just had to cut a little bit of that battery, because it normally runs 6S, but this makes it work just fine. You can see you line up your polarity. As long as the polarity works, the afterburner will work. Okay, now the other thing, oh that's right, I forgot. Once you have the aircraft with smart Avian ESC, as long as you've got it bound up and it's already flown, I mean you've already got it bound up and everything, communication, you can actually take the throttle servo lead out of the throttle port on the receiver and put it in the bind port. Okay, follow me. It works as a throttle, but it has to already be bound. And then you plug the afterburner lead into the throttle port, and that's how you get a KM model afterburner to work flawlessly with an smart Avian ESC. And it also works with all, it works with my 90 VIPER, it works with this one. I got another one that's got a smart ESC, and that's how it works. So, don't know why it works, but it works. All right, let's go over our rates. the plane rates that I flew in, not the AS3X settings. Okay, plane rates. My ailerons are set at 125, 30% expo. My ailerons or elevator, 125, 30% expo. Rudder, 125, 30%, excuse me, 30% expo. Flap settings, which seem perfect for this. Flaps up are negative 100%, no mix. Landing flaps.
Takeoff flaps
Are negative 2% of up elevator, and then takeoff or landing flaps are 100% negative 3%. So the elevator actually goes up a little bit.
Flaps up.
Okay, AS3X settings. No, my nose is running. Sorry. All right. My gains are the stock is 40, 50, 60, but I have mine set for roll, pitch, and yaw at 30, 40, and 50. Okay. Priorities from 140 down to 100 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Heading I didn't mess with. My stop lock from the stock 35, or the default 35, up to 50 on roll, pitch, and yaw. So 50, 50, and 50. My release late, I left that alone at 55, 55, and 75. Gain sensitivities at 1x, and on the nose wheel gyro, I don't have gear, and I have it plugged into the gear. I have it assigned to the gear channel, and the nose wheel gyro of actually, or the nose wheel servo for the rudder servo for the nose wheel, I actually undid it from the Y and plugged it into the Y, or the gear port on the receiver, and then assigned that as the nose wheel, mixed it with my rudder. And then the nose wheel now has, the rate gain is 60%. And that's what I got, and that seems to work out really well for the nose wheel. All right. Well, there you go. That is the all-new E-FLITE 64mm VIPER. One incredibly flying little sport jet. It's a blast to fly. KM model is just the icing on the cake, cherry on the top. You got lights, and the nice thing about that afterburner is when the plane's coming at you, you can see that afterburner coming down the exhaust right at you along with these lights. So you've got, that way you've got four-way orientation all the way around. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying God bless each and every one of y'all. This is the E-FLITE VIPER 64. The next time I fly it, we're going to be taking the gear off, taking these fins off that just magnetically come on or attach, and we're going to put a performance analyzer in there. We're going to put a hot, like a 2800 SMC pack, and I'm going to try to see if I can't get this little guy up over 100 miles an hour. I think I can do it. All right, God bless y'all. Don't forget, stay family and friends, and then E-FLITE Vipers. Bye-bye.